name's Danny, aka Thriftfish, and I'm an online fashion reseller. I sell used and new clothing on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I'm here today with a What Sold Fast in February video. I did one of these for January, so if you haven't seen that one yet, go ahead and check that one out. I am going to tell you 20 sales that sold within 3 days of listing on Poshmark for me in February. So again, this is just Poshmark sales. I'm not going to go over any eBay or Mercari sales. And I think as something fun for this format, I'm going to throw in at the end 5 sales that didn't sell fast. So my bottom 5, and I'll tell you how many days it took for those to sell, what I made from them, just like I'll tell you for the things that sold fast. So not only the good, but a little bit of the bad too, just to get an idea and to kind of be a little realistic and see what's selling and what's not. And again, this is what's selling for me. These things might be good for you, but everybody's businesses are different. So please take everything I say with a grain of salt and try things out for yourself. So let's jump into it. Okay, so there are 4 items that sold within 3 days of listing on the app. The first is a Bowden floral chiffon blouse. This sold for $20 and gave me an earnings of $16. This is a really pretty Bowden top. I was trying to get more for it, but this was a reasonable offer within a couple days of listing, so I did take it. Next, within 3 days, was a Maison Scotch herringbone blazer. So just a cute little blazer. It had elbow patches. That sold for $30 and gave me an earnings of $24. Next item that sold within 3 days was another pair of Spanx. These were Spanx Slim X skinny jeans. This pair did not sell for, I think, as much as what I've been selling Spanx for lately, but again, an offer came in and I accepted. I think I might have sent this offer out. It was sold for $22 and gave me a return of $17.60. And I'm just giving you my net earnings. This doesn't factor in cost of goods or anything like that. Great. So next item that sold within 3 days was an Eileen Fisher wool Italian yarn open cardigan. This was really pretty. It sold for $30 and gave me an earnings of $24. And I am looking down because I have notes on my laptop, so I'm sorry that I'm not looking up and at the camera the whole time. I'll try my best to make eye contact. Okay, so next were 5 items that sold within 2 days of listing on Poshmark. One was a pair of Paul Green nubuck leather ankle boots. These were in a recent haul that I did on YouTube. This pair of boots actually sold in a bundle, so I don't have the exact amount that they sold for, but somebody put a reasonable offer in on 2 items in my closet in a bundle, and I accepted, and these boots were one of those items. Next item that sold within 2 days of listing was a Lululemon Persian purple Define jacket. So this is a pretty popular Lululemon style. It sold for $35 and gave me an earnings of $28. Next item that sold within 2 days is a New With Tags Torrid Curve Sexy Full Coverage Bra. And it sold for $20 and gave me an earnings of $16. I've been enjoying selling bras lately. I've been keeping more of an eye out and checking those sections, whereas I wasn't doing that a whole lot in the past, so that's been good for me. This next dress, again, sold within 2 days of listing on the app, was a Tory Burch Katarina ruffle waist tie dress. Sold for $35 and gave me an earnings of $28. And the last item that sold within 2 days of listing on the app was a pair of All Saints Mazzy crop wide leg high-rise jeans. This was a really cool pair of jeans. Sold for $31. Did this sell in a bundle too? This looks like it sold in a bundle. Yes, it did. So again, I don't have the exact numbers on that. I'm looking at these really odd numbers. I'm like, where'd they get this from? Right, because it sold in a bundle. I believe that was also a 2-piece bundle. But nevertheless, we're moving on to items that sold within 1 day of listing on Poshmark. First was a pair of Chacos. These were just your classic adjustable hiking sandals. sold for less than I was hoping for, but again, I'm not mad at quick sales. Sold for $17 and gave me an earnings of $13.60, and I do feel like, you know, it's still a decent return of what I paid for them. Next, sold within one day. New with tags, Beta brand work pant yoga pants in blue geode print. These sold for $30 and gave me an earnings of $21.88. Next was this Free People 1 Adela white lace slip dress. This also sold in a bundle. Next was a Joie called the Moselle crew neck sweater. So just a very soft sweater from Joie. Sold for $23 and gave me an earnings of $16.28. Next, this was one of my favorite pickups. I got this from the ThredUp outlet. It's called Rudy Jude, that's the brand, and it was an organic cotton terry cloth crew neck sweatshirt. This again sold within one day of listing on the app. I got an offer for $60, which I accepted, and that gave me an earnings of $48. And the last thing that sold within one day of listing was a Free People art school cuff thermal top. Again, this was in another one of my hauls. Sold for $20 and gave me an earnings of $13.88. And here we move on to 5 items that sold the same day they were listed on Poshmark. One of which is a pair of Rothys. Rothys always fall within this category if I find them. This was a pair of ruby classic flats. They sold for $70, giving me an earnings of $56. They're always a quick flip. The next item was a Lululemon Happy Yin Year hoodie. So this is just a zip-up hooded jacket. Sold for $30 and gave me an earnings of $21.88. The next item was a Lily Pulitzer dress. This was the Alana off-the-shoulder dress. It sold for $35 and gave me an earnings of $28. Next was Hatch, which is a maternity brand. It was their Perfect VT in a red and white stripe. It sold for $25 and gave me an earnings of $20. Again, very fast sale. And the last item that sold within the same day of listing on Poshmark was a pair of Bed Stew Claire leather made in Mexico sandals. These were really cool. I found them at the bins. They were super worth it. They sold for $45 and gave me an earnings of $36. So again, my net earnings sweet spot still kind of sits somewhere around $20, $30. There are some outliers, some lower, some higher. But that's pretty much where I've been hovering for a while. My last video was 20 things that sold within 5 days. This month is 20 things that sold within 3 days. So I am selling more things faster, which is good. Now I'm going to switch over to just my like facepalm listings that sold the slowest. And some of these things, probably all of these, have been relisted at some point in time, so the amount of days it took for them to sell is probably not even accurate. It's probably more. But I relist things every couple of months, just kind of on rotation, so what I have is just what Poshmark has recorded. So the first item sold within what Poshmark thinks was 86 days. Was an Anthropologie Aryan Alley, just a swing t-shirt. This was very basic. I don't even remember where I picked it up. It sold for $5, gave me an earnings of $2.05. I don't think I made money back on that one. I'm not positive, but you'll notice most of these are very low dollar sales, and sometimes that happens, and it's okay if something's been in my closet for a long, long time. I'm just kind of trying to move it out, especially if it's a more basic piece, which I'm trying to stay away from. Next, sold within 90 days. It's a Bowden retro pocket sleeveless dress. Now, I talk about loving to sell Bowden all the time. Doesn't always work. If the style is not quite modern enough, which I think maybe was the problem with this one, it's probably not going to sell super fast. This sold for $10 and gave me an earnings of $7.05. Next was a Free People top. This was just a cute eyelet top. Sold within 98 days. Again, it's probably longer than that, but just to give you an idea. Sold for $7. This must have been in a bundle as well. So I think this was in a 3 for $25 bundle, or more than that. I have a constant 3 for $25 sale going on in my closet. Anything $25 or less. If you bundle 3 or more, then it's 3 for $25, but some people will bundle 6 or 9. So I think this sold in a bundle like that. The second to last slowest selling item in February was a pair of Zara basic floral embroidered skinny jeans. I had these for a long time. I thought they were going to sell quicker. They're Zara, so you can't expect a super high return unless it's a super trendy piece. These sold for $8, and I got an earnings of $3.25. And then the last item, which sold just a couple days ago and apparently was listed for probably over 152 days on Poshmark, was a CC Cynthia Steffi scalloped sheath dress. It just sat in my closet for a long time. It did have some discoloration on it, which I disclosed, but it kind of brings down the value. It sold for $15 and gave me an earnings of $9.88, which I actually do think I was able to get a return on that one. So at least there's that. But I wanted to throw these in just to share with you. I think it's good to see a little bit of the bad with the good. Let me know what sold fast for you, or even what sold slow for you in the comments. If you like this content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And you can go ahead and click the subscribe button if you want to see more from me. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon.